Hi, I'm Murli.
And I'm Adam. And for this cocoa podcast, let's take a look back at what's happened over the last few years in the cocoa market, 2025.
What a couple of years we've had. We had an unprecedented deficit in 2024 crop year, as a result of which the market spiked from almost $2,500 in end of 2023 up to about $11,000 at its high before coming back down to some extent.
Yeah, and what we saw there was some short-term positive viewpoints on the upcoming S&D, but then the laws of economics struck again, and we saw another level of deficit. This largely had to do with the fact that demand didn't really slow down despite the high prices, and production continued to be lackluster and quite poor going into Q4 2024.
Economics may take time, but it does get there eventually. High prices do cure high prices. And how does it do that? It normally leads to improved production, which we did not see due to other trends in Ivory Coast and Ghana. However, we did see demand deteriorate in the last 1 year. So 2025 has been a story, unfortunately, of demand deterioration. And as a result, we've seen the market come back down from above $10,000 and it reached, let's say, levels of around $8,000 by July 25.
And really what helped push that even further down was the removal of tariffs. We saw some initial, spikes higher on the tariff implementation back in April, and that's just because everything here in the United States for the ICE US cocoa futures, that's all tariffed. And so that coming off really helped push us down to, at one point, even below $5,000 before its latest slight reversal there. And Murli, why don't you talk about some of the big things we see in the short term affecting the market?
Absolutely. And that's what everybody wants to know. What is going to happen next? So in the near term, the most critical point for this market is not supply, it's not demand, but it is the Bloomberg Commodity Index, which will reintroduce cocoa in January 2026, approximately 1.7% weight, the first time since 2005, following improved liquidity in the cocoa market. We don't see that today, but this is what the commodity index has seen based on their work done over the last few periods. And what this really means for the market is an estimated $2 billion in cocoa futures buying by funds tracking the BCOM. This accounts for almost 37 to 40% of open interest, representing unusually large and market-moving flows. So in the near term, we should expect heightened upside volatility and price spike during the Jan 8 to 15th rebalancing window, as this passive index buying overwhelms everything else that's going on in the market. But then once we get beyond that, medium term, we would expect ongoing supply and improving fundamentals to probably push prices down back towards more reasonable levels, bring it down to some extent through improved West African weather, improved supply prospects in some of the other growing countries, and that may temper the upside to some extent.
That'll be certainly very interesting to see over the next week when that BCOM buying starts, and also encouraging to hopefully see some better pricing immediately after that.
I think that's it from our side. Happy New Year to all of you, and especially to our customers and others in the cocoa supply chain.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.